Good Sunday morning, everybody. Good Sunday morning. Welcome to Sunday with Spirit. For those of you who are joining for the first time, this is not a political pull, it's a spiritual pull. And I want to thank you all for joining in on this journey that we have signed up for. And sometimes I think to myself, really? I signed up for that? And I know we've talked about this in past Sunday shows and in some of the other reads that I've done. And it does help when we play in that energy of sitting at the table with our contract in front of us and who we're going to be with, who's going to help us on the journey, what we're going to have to do on this journey. And sometimes when we come down here, we don't know what it is we're doing. We don't know what the path is. We don't know what we signed up for. And so I just want to thank you guys for being with me on this path, on this web of life. And so, I'd like us to take just a couple of deep breaths and just settle into the energy. And as we do, I'm going to do a card reading, and then I will probably do a meditation going back to the healing dome. There are so many people who have commented on my recent posts who have lost loved ones. Some of them are furrier than others. And we have a lot of health issues going on too. And so I just want to give huge love out and healing prayers to Libby over at Meister Tarot, Mel at Meldor, and there are others who you can add their name here. So the card read that I want to go on is, I talk a lot about letting things go that no longer serve us. And to me, that always felt like it doesn't serve us, let it go. But we're in this habit of hanging on to it. So it may be, drinking too much, smoking too much, eating too much, and, not getting enough exercise, not going outside enough. Just some of the things that we know we should be doing, not getting quiet enough. We need to embrace more of the important things in life instead of the negative things in life. But what happens when we have to let go of something that we think is of service to us? What happens when that leaves our lives? And this is one of those things that we signed up for in our soul contracts. But when we get down here, we go, what the heck just happened? I didn't sign up for that. So in my journey this last week, I pulled these three cards to help clarify what I was going through, what I was missing in this journey. And what I found when I released something that I didn't want to was the ever unfolding rose. And it says cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. And well, I'm not buying it's happening for me, but I am buying the ever unfolding rose. It's constantly evolving. That's one thing that we can count on, that we truly understand. It's all changing. Everything is changing. Day to day, second by second, change is happening. And we can be aware of it, we can embrace it, or we can try or think that we are fighting it. But that ever unfolding rose is not listening, and it's just going to keep unfolding and showing itself. Sometimes it'll come up with some petals that need to go, but there's new petals in the center. Sometimes you'll notice a little bug on it. I don't know what that means, except it's a little bug on a rose. And so as we're trying to come to grips with what is this unfolding doing for us, because it's not happening to us, it's happening for us, and we're a little bit lost in the meaning of it, we go to Anna, grandmother of Jesus. And underneath it says, seeding the light, laying the foundations, a divine plan. And the message that I took from this, and again, your message is what you interpret this card as. Any of these cards are so important for your journey. But for my journey, I got the comfort of grandmother, which is interesting. I've never met my maternal grandmothers. However, I did get a new guide. She's been around for a long, long time. And I've just I've cloaked her in an awareness that has allowed me to bring her into my awareness a little easier. And she is a grandmother. So, and it's very comforting to know that energy of grandmother. It's different than a mother. Mother has to direct, shape, sometimes discipline. My image of grandmothers are just comfort. It's just comfort food, comfort pillow, just a warm hug. And so as we unfold this rose and new things come into our lives that are that we understand and that we don't understand, we go to our grandmother to comfort us. And so as we're going into grandmother and as we're trying to make sense of all this, and maybe we're crying on grandmother's shoulder, maybe we're taking a nap on her breast, whatever it is, then we wake up and we do it again and we go, what's the rose? What does it mean? the next card I got, it's kind of like a little slap. Hey, come out of it. Take a break, dude. Take a break. It says, life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. I cracked up laughing at that. It's just a rose. You're just opening up. It's just a petal. It's just a petal. So as I try to take a break, it's not so easy, right? Because I keep going back, right thing, wrong thing, let's see what else we get. We got soul family. And this is where we all come to play. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. And I thought about it and I go, well, it is alone in a way that we have to deal with this. We have to deal with this in our own way. But know that there are so many other people who are around to support. There are so many other light beings, angels. And here I'm talking about the furry angels are here to support. And we have 2 whales and 2 dolphins. And then we have some underwater dolphins, or they could be sharks. For me, I would hope they were sharks. I'm a shark guy. But we have these whales and dolphins and sharks that are transformative and that are almost in another realm, in a different vibration. And that lets us know that there are so many different levels to this unfolding rose that we are unaware of. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, says, laying the foundations, the divine plan. So maybe we just need to trust in the whales jumping in the unfolding rose. And please, take a dang break. That's for me. All right, next card. Yeah. So, because I can't take a break, because I keep rehashing, and I know some of us do that, the next card we get is do something to change your energy. Dance with life. Dance with life. This was so powerful for me when I pulled this card last night. Dance with life. Even in spirit, the fur babies, our departed loved ones, are dancing with life. I remember when my dad passed, and he was 92, so he had a great life. And when he passed, I felt his spirit dancing up to heaven like this. Yet he didn't dance. He wasn't one of those guys. But yet when his spirit took off, he was dancing with life. The last card we get for this, birthing a new age, dreaming a new world into being. Wow. So I don't know where this unfolding rose is going, But I know and I'm trusting that we're birthing a new age into being. With letting go of something, we're allowing something else to come in. And as hard as it is, as uncertain as it is, we are creating something positive if we dance with life, if we call in our soul family. But if we keep going down the negative hole, and it feels like sometimes I'm falling down into an endless pit of sorrow and negativity, and I have to stop myself from that. I have to take a break and dance with life. Because that's what she would have done. Because that's what she would have done. And that's what she would have wanted me to do. So we have to trust in the divine plan. We have to trust and put forth the correct intentions. Positive, joyful, dancing, loving. Enjoy the rose. All right. So for those of you who are leaving, thank you for watching. For those of you who are sticking around, we're going to take a little journey into a healing dome. And so I will probably be putting on an image from now on. So let's just take a couple of deep breaths. And we're going to call in our guides and our angels. Call on our departed loved ones. I'm going to use my rattle. And as we call on our guides, our angels, we call on the wind in the four directions, our spirit animals, our guides, Joshua, Mary, the archangels, and we sit in our power in our chairs. We just sit in the awareness of all that is. And we take another deep breath and we feel our chairs slowly falling away, and we rise up using our mind's eye ever so gently, and we slip out of our chairs, out of our rooms, and we walk or float through a doorway into a beautiful healing mist. And as the mist clears, we find ourselves on this beautiful path in nature. And it leads to a beach by the ocean. In the ocean, we see the sun gently setting. It's beautiful, calm waters. And as we walk along the beach, paying attention to the smells, the sounds, the things on the beach that we see, shells, sand dollars, feathers. And we see footprints on the sand. And we follow the footprints to a fire. And around the fire is a bench. And we instinctively know that we are invited to sit on the bench. And we feel our guides sitting next to us. And as we look into the fire, we see there are other people around the fire on similar benches with their guides, with their angels. And there is a Shah woman by the fire. She's preparing something. She raises her arms up to the stars that are just starting to come out. And she envelops the circle in a healing light. And as we breathe into this healing light, we feel it permeate our soul, our bodies, flowing around, healing ourselves, allowing us to let go of things that have been attached to us that we no longer want. And this healing energy, this healing light, gently removes those things. And it replaces it with another color of beautiful light. And as we look from above, using the eyes of our soul family, we see the item that we don't want is placed in the ocean. Where it is cleansed and turned into nutrient for something else. Transformed, transfigured into nourishment. And we turn our attention to our bodies where it was, and we feel the golden light of love taking its place, filling that space and radiating and expanding and encompassing your body, outside your body, your soul family, everybody around the fire, blending, healing, aware. And we take another deep breath of this healing light. And we feel the call to come back. And so we bring our awareness to our bodies around the fire. The Sha woman brings her arms down by her side and walks away. Our guides and angels walk with us back to the beach, up the path into our rooms. And we find ourselves in our chairs. We take a deep breath. We wiggle our toes. And we slowly open our eyes if we choose to. Thank you all for joining in on this Sunday with Spirit. Peace and love.